The letter of Vice President Sara Duterte, with all due respect, reeks of hate and impropriety. Considering that the subject matter is simply the proposed budget of her office. Instead of addressing the issue with sobriety and professionalism, the letter reflects the lingering bad blood between her and the House, particularly the 19th Congress. And it set conditions that are clearly unreasonable and impossible. However, I firmly believe that the 20th Congress is doing its duty well in providing our people with the best possible budget for fiscal year 2026. Our task is to serve the people, not to be distracted by personal grievances or political animosities. The best way forward is simply to ignore the letter and proceed with the more important task at hand, the approval of the national budget. To ignore the letter and treat it as unimportant is in fact the most professional and dignified way of addressing this matter. Let us stay focused on our mandate and let us not allow personal conflicts to derail the people's budget. Mr. Speaker, mas mabuti pong wag na nating patulan ang sulat. Let us ignore it and take the higher ground of humility. Ang totoong laban ay hindi sa pride ng iilan, kundi sa budget ng bayan. That is where our focus must remain. Kapag may galit, sagot natin ay kababaang loob. Kapag may personal na away, sagot natin ay serbisyo. The higher ground of humility is to proceed with the people's budget, tahimik, diretso, at malinaw. Mr. Speaker, silence can be the strongest statement. By ignoring the letter and moving forward, we show the country that Congress chooses humility over hostility and service over pride. Salamat po.
Well noted, Mr. Speaker. Maraming salamat, distinguished colleague. That is exactly what we are trying to do, to make do and proceed with best budget procedures despite her absence, para po makita ng taong bayan na itong kongresong ito ay wala pong animosity, wala pong pag-aaway-away, wala pong pinopolitika dito. That's why we will proceed to craft this whole budget, including the budget of the Office of the Vice President. Mr. Speaker, thank you very much, distinguished colleague.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, next to interpolate the sponsor, I move to recognize Representative Isidro T. Ungab from the 3rd District, the City of Davao. So move, Mr. Speaker.
The Honorable Ungab is now recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mine is not an interpellation. This is only a manifestation. I respect the views and opinions of my colleagues, and I salute my good friend, Congressman Irise, for taking the road of statesmanship a bit further. Mr. Speaker, the budget of the Office of the Vice President had suffered so much reductions in 2024 and in 2025. Drastic reductions. I was a member of the previous Congress, the 19th Congress, and even there were two occasions that we were even debating at the committee level to the point of heated debates, perhaps altercation, to the point of this representation and the former congressman, now Senator Dante Marcoleta. We were debating at the Appropriations Committee level because during the time they were not willing to grant the traditional parliamentary courtesy, deserving a higher or co-equal office of government. Mahaba yung discussion. Hindi ko lang maintindihan kung bakit didiretso magtatanong yung mga kasama natin to a higher office, which is the office of the Vice President. We argued there. At respect for the due process, no for the budget process. How can we respect the budget process? Let me say this. My only hope is that all things will be corrected in this Congress. The budget process will be corrected in this budget and in this Congress. Why I said that? There are two parts of the annual budget that is presented to us by the executive. First part is the new general appropriations, and the second part is the automatic appropriations. Yung automatic appropriations, hindi na natin yan pinag-uusapan dito because they are already covered by previous special laws debated by our predecessors. Pero in the 2025 budget, the automatic appropriations were mangled. Lumampas. May dagdag bawas, 14 special laws were amended. Kasama na yung PhilHealth law at saka syntax law amended. Ang daming ginalaw. 14 special laws sa automatic appropriations na hindi dapat ginagalaw yan. Pagdating sa new general appropriations, kaya nga tayo tinatawag na General Appropriations Act, New General Appropriations, yun yung ating didiscuss. What comprises the new general appropriations? The program funds and the unprogrammed funds. Program funds, 26 out of 27 departments were mangled beyond recognition. Isa lang ang hindi ginalaw, DBM. Bakit ang lakas ng DBM? 26 were mangled. Dagdag, bawas. At saka, yung program appropriations nilipat sa program including the foreign assisted projects. At saka yung fiscal space na naiwan, pinalitan ng mga priority pet projects na wala man lang sa National Development Plan ng ating Republika ng Pilipinas. Pet projects inserted. That's why in this rostrum, I said last August 4, the 2025 budget is the most corrupt budget ever passed by this Congress and perhaps by the entire Philippine history. Ginalaw, program appropriations, and program appropriations may ongoing releases pa. Alam niyo kung anong worry ko? For us, legislators, even the executive, must consider that the number one priority of the Constitution says that education will be given the priority and the highest budget year per year. Sa 2025 budget, nahabol ng DPWH ang total infrastructure budget. Kahit ano pang sasabihin nila at binago yung composition, still malaki pa rin ang infrastructure budget kaysa education sector. And they are still releasing from unprogrammed funds. Mas lalong lumaki yung gap between infrastructure and education. Ladies and gentlemen of this House, it is our duty, it is our obligation to keep track, mabantayan yung budget because education is the number one priority of the Republic of the Philippines. Iniwan na ng budget ng infrastructure. Highly questionable pa kasi yung mga releases ang malalaki. Flood control projects. Where can we get respect from that? Ladies and gentlemen of this House, my personal, yes, OBP, what I am saying is the budget process. How will we get respect? That's why the chairman, Madam, the Appropriations Committee, this Congress have a very big role to perform, to correct the image, to correct the impression. We must be able to come up with an honest-to-goodness budget for 2025. Yun lang po.